Hey guys, this is Claudia here from the Bookkeeping Experts. I'm back for more, and today we're going to talk about HoneyBook and undeposited funds from HoneyBook. So if you have HoneyBook and you want to integrate with QuickBooks, it's very important to be able to attach the account that you're going to receive the deposits from or the money from QuickBooks. If not, all transactions when you integrate with QuickBooks and HoneyBook will go to undeposited funds or payments to deposit, which is the same thing. Now, from there, you need to take an extra step, but you can't fix that, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, without much further ado, here we go. We're going to go to our PowerPoint presentation on HoneyBook, because you actually integrate in HoneyBook and transactions will flow into QuickBooks, and it's a very good integration actually. And that's what we're going to show right now, and then we're going to go to QuickBooks and show you how to clean undeposited funds. And we have so many videos on undeposited funds. You can see a little bit here and watch on other videos as well that I'm going to put down below. All right, so here we go. So QuickBooks and HoneyBook, why are my transactions from HoneyBook duplicating my income? Okay, so good question, right? That's what we're going to talk about today as well. So what happens is that if you integrate HoneyBook with QuickBooks and you don't match those transactions in banking, you are duplicating your income, okay? Because those transactions are coming from banking, and if you just categorize them as sales, they're going to be recorded as sales, and the HoneyBook transactions are coming in as a deposit, as sales as well, so duplicating that income. And at the end of the year, when you file your tax, you end up paying a lot more than what you're supposed to in taxes. And not just that, you don't have the right sales information or revenue information for your company. So it's very important for you to make sure that the integration is working for you. Okay, so as I mentioned before on the beginning of our video, if there is no bank selected when you integrate with HoneyBook, and we're going to show you exactly where that is, then all transactions coming from HoneyBook will come into your QuickBooks Online and go to undeposited funds because there's no bank account associated with the integration. All right, so we are going here. So the first thing you want to do, if you have not integrated yet, you're going to log into HoneyBook to integrate QuickBooks to HoneyBook. You're gonna click on Tools. After you're logged into your HoneyBook account, you're gonna click on Tools, and this is what you're gonna see, okay? And under Productivity, see Integration. So that's where you're gonna click. And when you click on Integration, this is what you're gonna see on QuickBooks. So on HoneyBook. There's actually several integration you can do with HoneyBook, your Google Contacts, Calendar, Zoom, HoneyBook Chrome, Calendly, Zapier, and of course QuickBooks. We love that, okay? So if this was not integrated, there would be like a connect, a little button there that you want to click. See, right on QuickBooks says connect. Right now it says disconnect because it's already connected. But if you're already connected and your transactions are going to HoneyBook, there's a little gear menu right over here, right where it says QuickBooks, and you want to click on that to be able to select the bank account. So you would click to connect, and then you are gonna go there and select the bank account. Now, click on Connect to QuickBooks. You will select the sales tax rate if you charge sales tax for your services, if it's applicable. If not, you're gonna select NA if you don't charge sales tax. Now, keep in mind that when you're doing integration, you always hear about mapping, right? One of the things that is important about this mapping here is that your products and service needs to be matching. And most important, if you charge sales tax, you got to turn on sales tax in QuickBooks. If not, that integration, those transactions are not coming with sales tax, so it's not going to work out for you. You want to make sure that you select sales tax, or you set up sales tax in QuickBooks first, and then you select sales tax here. Now, if you don't charge sales tax because what you provide is just service, and you don't charge sales tax, you don't pay sales tax, then you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so the next, you got to choose the default bank. That's what we've been talking about. This is very important. The default bank account where the deposits are to be sent. And you're going to do it by clicking on the arrow and select the account. So basically, when you click on connect, you're going to see the option right there to select your sales tax, and right below to select your bank account, your default bank account. And if you haven't done that before, if your account is connected, transactions are coming through without the HoneyBook fees or going to undeposited funds, you can go to the same route, click on integration, click on that little gear menu right next to QuickBooks, and then you can select the sales tax as NA if you don't charge, and then select the default bank account. Transactions will automatically be sent to QuickBooks, and you will need to match them to avoid duplication. So remember, with QuickBooks Online, you have your income transactions coming straight from QuickBooks Online, just coming into Quick, and you will need to make sure that you don't have any rule for that income, so that is not going to automatically be categorized as sale, and 2, that you want to match the transaction to the square. I'm sorry, not the square, to the HoneyBook transaction that was sent by HoneyBook. Okay. All right. What if my transactions are going to undeposited funds? That's what we're talking about. So go to HoneyBook, click on the tools, then select integration. That's what we're talking about. Click on the gear menu next to QuickBooks integration and select the default bank account where the money will be deposited to. Just repeating what I said. I think this is very important, so it's it's good to repeat. So to clear undeposited funds from HoneyBook, we're going to go and do that on QuickBooks today. So it's not going to say HoneyBook, but the process is the same. So we're going to go to QuickBooks Online, click on the plus sign, then select deposit. I'm going to show you exactly how to do. And then you need to find the deposit in banking, then record the bank fees and match it in banking. Okay, so we're going to get out of here, so we can go to QuickBooks now. Okay, so this is QuickBooks, and that's what we're talking about. Okay, so this is your QuickBooks. This is our lovely simple account. So to be able to find those undeposited funds, by the way, a lot of times you find that you have a lot of undeposited funds and you don't even know why. So if you have integration, most likely the integration or the software you're integrated with is sending those sales receipt into undeposited funds, and it's not being matched, or the deposits to QuickBooks is not being matched in banking. Watch out for those rules. You don't want to have any rules for income transactions if you have integration. I talk often about that, so very important. So if you go to reports and you take a look at your balance sheet and you look at your undeposited funds and you see there's stuff in there. Now keep in mind, sometimes there's supposed to be stuff on undeposited funds, because basically you record the payment to an invoice and it's sitting on undeposited funds because you haven't actually deposited physically to the bank. Once you deposit to the bank, you need to record and make sure that those deposits will match whatever happened in banking, and then you need to match it in banking. Okay. All right, so let's suppose that those undeposited funds, though, were those transactions coming from HoneyBook that didn't get matched in banking. Okay, keep in mind That undeposited funds is just a holding account. It's just holding that payment until you record to either your checking account, or if you withdraw owner's distribution, whatever it is, you need to record that to that account and to the exact amount that was deposited in your bank. All right, so we see that there is undeposited funds. We need to fix it, and we know that it's supposed to be 0 because there is nothing pending. So this is how we fix. All right, so we're gonna go click on the plus new and bank deposit, just like we talked about, and there's a couple of those transactions. And with HoneyBook, it's gonna say on the memo that is coming from HoneyBook, and it's gonna have your client's information or the email address associated with the agreement. Okay, now if it's sent to undeposited funds, the fees are not going to be recorded, so that your HoneyBook or your processing fee, your credit card processing fee is not going to be recorded. Now, if you receive the payment other than credit card, so let's say checking, and you record it in HoneyBook that is paid, those transactions will not have a fee, and therefore it will go to undeposited funds. You will need to record those manually. Okay, all right, so let's suppose that we're looking into a deposit here. We have a small one for $387. We're just gonna pretend here. Okay, so let's suppose that the $387 would be the gross amount, but let's suppose that HoneyBook has an extremely high fee, and it's not. But the amount that came here was $387, but your net deposit was $200 because $187 was fee. That's not the case. That's really not the case. But we are just going to show you how to match. This is just a simple account, guys. And like I said, if it was from HoneyBook, it would show here on the memo that it's HoneyBook. So how do we record this deposit? We're going to go ahead and select the transaction. We're going to check the date of this deposit. It was on the 8th of August. Okay, perfect. We're going to make sure that this is the right checking account, and it is. Okay, it's the right checking account that it's been deposited to. And of course, this is not the amount that was deposited because there was fees. How do we record that? See where it says add funds to this deposit? This is where you're going to record the fees and whatever differences that need to be added. So I'm going to click here HoneyBook because they are the ones charging the fee. And we can select merchant fee. I'm not sure if this account has merchant fees. It does not. So I am going to create here. It's an expense account, and it's bank charges, and I'll just call merchant fees. You can select bank charges if you're okay with that, but you know, I like to make sure that I have the right one here. Merchant fees. Okay, it's easier to find. You know, for square fees, we would call it square fees, or if it is Shopify fees. With HoneyBook, I just say merchant fees, but you can put HoneyBook processing fee if you have a lot of transactions and you want to track them. Okay, so you're gonna do a minus 187 because I'm saying that the difference is the merchant fees. Okay, and that's where we're gonna add it to. All right, so we have the right amount that hit the bank account, the right date of the deposit, and the right checking account. Oh, by the way, if you record this, we're gonna save a new, and I love to duplicate my page so that I can go back and forth. To do that, you want to right click on the tab and duplicate it. But keep in mind, when you record here, it's not updating on the second tab, so you're gonna have to refresh the screen. The way I do it, I click on categorize and then for review, and voila. Okay, this is matching to that transaction. Want to see the deposit detail? You can click on the $200. You can click on the blue hyperlink for the deposit, and it's gonna show what we did. It's gonna show this this payment here, the date, the merchant fees, all the details. This is the right one, and then we're gonna match. Remember, if you are using integration, those transactions are coming through, and you want to match them to avoid duplication. If you're just recording your from here as sales, and there is a sales receipt or a deposit waiting to be matched, you're duplicating your income. You don't want to do that. You don't want to pay more taxes than what you're supposed to. Okay. All right, so this is it. That's how you do it. So you're gonna match all those transactions, and voila. Now this is how you clear. By the way, sometimes you may have a ton of undeposited funds. I would recommend to do it by date. Go by month. Break it down. How do you eat an elephant? A bite at a time. I don't like elephant. I mean, I love elephants, but I would not eat an elephant. But that's the same. But that's pretty much what it is. You got to take one step at a time. All right. Okay, I'm back here. Okay, hope you guys like it, and hope this was useful information for you. I want to make sure that I make your life easier. If you're a business owner, you want to make sure that your books are up to date, so you can look monthly or weekly, and make sure your business is going on the right direction. Keep in mind, if you don't have a point of reference, a correct point of reference, it's hard to target those goals to improve and to grow your business. So you need to know exactly where you are and where you want to go. All right, and if you like this video, please share with your friends, co-worker. Now, if you're an accountant or bookkeeper and you want to learn some more on HoneyBook or Shopify or Square integration, maybe you have some challenges. We have a ton of videos on the subject. Go ahead and explore the channel. If you need more information, if you need more help, either a business owner or a bookkeeper or an accountant, feel free to contact us for a one-on-one tutorial. We do that. You can hire us to help you step by step. Our information is down below. We're going to put a couple of videos there for you to watch. And like I said, if you like this, subscribe to our channel. Just click on that subscribe. It's going to help us a lot. The majority of the people who watch our channel are not subscribed. And we come back over and over again with new information, updated information on QuickBooks Online, helping your life get easier, so you don't have to bump your head trying to figure out things like integration. We can help you out with that. So stay up to date by subscribing to our channel, and share with your friends and co-workers and whoever you want to share with. We want to help as many people as possible. I'm going to be back next week, and I hope you be back with me. So until then, keep on smiling.